Hey buddy, how you doing? I can see it's got a bit of a major leak, eh?
Well,
dripping constantly.
Yeah.
Could you see where it was coming from at all?
No, it's at the back somewhere, I think.
Right, okie dokie.
But I think the straps come off at some point.
Oh yeah, it has. Oh, that is not good, that.
So it's, I wonder if it's whacked somewhere as it's come off while I've been driving. I mean, I never noticed
It's going to have to be recovered, this, mate.
Is it?
Yeah, you can't drive with just one strap, not a chance. The fuel tank's going to drop off.
Seems solid.
Yeah, it does. It seems solid till it doesn't. Is it full as well?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Well, it's slowly getting rid of some.
Yeah. Cool. So I'll before we start chucking any shit down on the floor, then I'll get underneath. We'll have a look. How long's that strap been missing for, mate?
Well, I didn't notice it was missing this morning, so whether it's come off this
Yeah.
morning while I've been out, I don't know. But...
So, my torch. Yeah, it's pierced a hole in the fuel tank. It's going to be a new fuel tank on this. Fuel tank and straps. Yeah, it's pierced. So, right here, you can see the damage it's caused. It's split there. You can see it running down and dripping down. Definitely your fuel tank.
I'll take your job. I'll take one of your jobs off you. As it prick is.
So I'm gonna have to wait until he rings me back. But you can see that this tank is like it's tilted to one side. We can see where strap was sat originally here.
Yeah.
So it's come over, but also it's like it's tilted that way as well. Right, let's get some of this shit down, mate, because oh, that's weird looking stuff.
Here's some of this.
So we're just gonna have to get loads down, mate, because he's worried that it's gonna go into groundwater. It can't be right healthy breathing that shit in either. I don't know what it is. Hey, up, that'll be him now. Basically, one of the fuel tank straps has snapped and it's missing. The fuel tank shifted to one side and it's pierced at the back where it's hit one of the mounts. So there's gonna be no way around this other than a new fuel tank, mate. So it'll have to be recovered back to yours, mate, and we'll have to jump on it when it's back. So it'll be new fuel tank, new tank straps, and that'll probably be it, to be honest. Yeah. It's full of fuel, is this as well? Yeah, it's full. I wouldn't say let him drive it. No. Yeah, well that was my question as well, mate. Thanks, buddy. Bye bye. Yeah, you're gonna be recovered, mate. I have, to be honest, I've done it before where I've come to a breakdown. One of the straps has gone, but the fuel tank's not been leaking.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's been straight still, so I've chucked a strap round it and got him home. But I don't feel safe saying that you can take that, to be honest.
No, that's we're not paying for it, are we?
No, exactly.
What he's saying? Is it my fault?
He were asking, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, he was saying it should have been picked up on checks, but
That's fucking snapped after I've come out.
it quite possibly could have, mate. Exactly. You're just not gonna know, really. Right, I'll give you that, mate. Hopefully you're not waiting about too long, buddy.
Is he organising it like?
Yeah, I'd give him a ring, I think. So as we could see, fuel tank's obviously shifted. Well, the tank strap's missing. Now, to me, in my head, that driver's missed that. He should have. I don't think that's happened in between here and his depot where we've just been. I mean, it's like a half hour for him. It'll be about 40 minutes, 45-minute drive. I don't think that's come off down the road, in all honesty. I really don't. Well, it will have come off at some point, but I don't know about today. But you just can't, you just don't know until I start stripping all the shit off. You're not really gonna have an idea what's happened. The joys. The joys. So now we're gonna go out and get covered in fuel, most likely. Right, so they won't recover you if it's leaking fuel.
Right.
Which is silly. So we're gonna have to.
Got a strap round it?
Yes, and follow you back. But I'm gonna take some fuel out first.
Are you?
Yeah, because I'm gonna siphon it out the top because I don't want it leaking all down the road. You see, so if we can take it out, so because the crack it's sort of like this level.
All right.
So if we could take it down to here, it'll stop fuel. It'll stop leaking.
Yeah.
Well, have you got a spare strap tight?
Yeah, straps.
Perfect, because I used mine the other day.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna siphon you.
One back if you've got one.
Have you got a key for that, buddy? Oh, this nice big thick long pipe could be perfect. Right, so I don't know if you can see there, but that is coming out a decent amount now. Pah, 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 pah. And I've got a mouthful of fuel again. Oh, I really need to rinse my mouth out, it tastes disgusting. I've found a bigger one that I had it right at back.
Yeah. So we don't need that then, do we?
No. Yeah, but that's good, a spare one anyway, nice one. Let's see where.
Slow, this, or?
It is running fairly slow, but oh, there we go. It's fine. That's a good job, innit? Right. Lovely.
See when that one's full.
Yeah. It's a good job you said something then. It's still leaking, that, mate.
Yeah, but that's water. It's not leaking from where it was leaking before, is it?
No, it's not.
It was coming from back, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's fair enough. Proper horrible. When I jumped back in my van, I had it all in my eyes and everything. Righty, let's find you a nice spot for this to go. Right, I'm gonna have to get in from the other side. Right, we've got a good spot. Yeah. How much that's moving.
Yeah. See it.
Has he got you like a shovel or we can like shovel it in with?
Here.
Oh, lovely. I'll give you an hand doing it in a sec, mate.
Oh, I'll ask you for diesel.
Are they? Yeah, I bet. It's like gold, isn't it? Oh, it's bloody minging, isn't it?
Yeah.
No. In my face. So now we need to follow that truck and trailer back to the Lockwoods. So it'll take about half an hour just following him in. It's nice and steady, just in case anything happens on the way. At least I can flash him down, or if I see anything dangerous, I'll just flash him down. Yeah, beat me on, flash him down, make sure he can see me. Oh god, stink of fuel. Fucking stink of fuel. yeah, really, really, I should have just told him to get recovered, but I can follow him back safely. I know that tank's not going anywhere now, it's strapped up. We've drained the fuel to a certain point where it's not leaking anymore. So it's not leaking fuel anymore, the tank is strapped up and secure. So we're still on our way back to Lockwoods, he's still in front of me, just following him back. Everything's going well so far, but I've just had the customer on the phone. Obviously we were organising to come back tomorrow. They were organising a fuel tank and straps, and I was going to come tomorrow and replace it for him. I've just had a phone call from him saying that they've got a guy from somewhere down south who's going to weld a patch over it. Now, I've not done much aluminium welding, to be fair, and I know it's a lot lower heat, but he reckons he can weld it full of fuel. Now, somebody tell me, please, whether that's right or not, because I'm not a welder by trade. I can weld, I do odd job welding, but nothing structural. I've not done any aluminium welding before, so I don't really know the ins and outs of that. And I'm pretty sure whenever you're doing any welding on any fuel tank, you're supposed to drain them and then flush them. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure it's the same with diesels. I know definitely with petrols. Obviously petrol's more flammable. Yeah, I like a good bodge as long as it's safe. Then I love it. But to me, welding an alley tank full of fuel sounds not very safe to me. It doesn't sound very safe at all. So, that's fine. That's fine. It's their decision at the end of the day. It's their truck. But I can almost guarantee I'll either get a phone call tomorrow saying something's not gone right or they need me for something, or I'll be coming back tomorrow because I need to do a trailer inspection on one of their trailers. So either I'll get a phone call saying they need me because something's not gone right, or I'll get there tomorrow to do the inspection, and they'll probably end up telling me something's not right. As I say, it's their decision at the end of the day. It's not my business, it's not my truck. I'm just here to fix it when they want me to. And if they don't want me to, they don't want me to. That is fair enough. So I'm not even going to stop in the yard then. I'll swing up next to the driver, just say that I'm going. And then I'm just going to get straight off. There's no point me hanging about. I'm not doing the job, A, anymore. And B, there's nothing for me to do there, so there's no point me hanging about. In fact, I'll tell him to park it under the canopy as well, so that it's dry, because fucking hell, we don't want to add any more danger to his welding if it's raining as well. By the sounds of it, he'd probably do that without even thinking about it. Park your trailer up, then park it under the canopy for him. No, you're all good, mate. Cheers, buddy. See you later. Rough. All that dusty shit in my face still, I can feel it. It's like made my skin go really dry. It's like sucking all the moisture out. My eyes have gone really heavy and dry as well. Once I'd finished pouring it all, and because of the wind and that, I could just feel it all in my eyes, in my face. Yeah, whatever that powder stuff is, it can't be good for you.
Well, I would say I've just not currently there. I'm trying to get some fucking drums to put some diesel in. I would say probably 1.5 meters.
Right.
That's just for the strap, obviously. I don't know, is it supposed to sit under the tank? I don't know.
Yeah. All right, mate.
But I've been to tool hire shops and fucking all sorts. Fucking can't find fuck all. I've got one drum. A woman in a tool hire shop gave me that. I've been to like a build base. They've got nothing. Fucking useless. I fucking couldn't stand living around.
Did they not tell you though that it was full of fuel? Because I told them to tell you it was full of fuel.
No. And he says, I told him to leave a bit of fuel in for you. It's alright, I want a bit in it so I can like swirl test it. But
yeah, but how can you weld with fuel in it as well?
No, that's alright, I can weld with fuel in it, that's no problem. I couldn't weld if it were petrol, but diesel, yeah, that's no problem.
Right.
I'm alright with that. Yeah, that's sound. It's petrol, fucking heck, it could bang. But yeah, so diesel's not a problem.
I mean, you won't catch me welding any tank with any fuel in it. Never mind fucking either it with diesel or petrol. Not a chance, mate. Alright. Well, he seems a bit dodgy. So obviously we had the fuel tank breakdown yesterday, or the fuel leak, should I say, on the fuel tank. We followed him back to the yard, and as we were on the way back to the yard, I thought I was going to be replacing the tank today. Replacing the tank with 2 new tank straps. But as I was following the truck back to the yard to get him back, I got a phone call from the head of transport saying they're going to get somebody to weld it. Now I did say, right, so where the crack is right at the back. So you're going to need to remove the tank. So if you're going to need to remove the tank, you're going to need to drain all the fuel because it's full of fuel. And make sure whoever's going to be welding it understands that it's full of fuel and it needs removing. Yeah, so obviously he's turned up today at 7 o'clock this morning, and then he's phoned me up at 7:30 saying, oh, I don't know what they want me to do here. I'm like, what do you mean? Oh, it's full of fuel. I was like, I told them to tell you it was full of fuel. He was like, oh, right. Well, I've got no containers to get it out with. I've got no pipe to suck it out. I've got nothing to get the fuel out. That's not my problem. That is not my problem. If I was doing the job, yeah, fair enough. You know? And I said yesterday, I said yesterday that I bet you any money I end up getting a phone call. Either a phone call saying come give us a help, or when I'm there doing the service, can you come give me help? I knew it. I'm like, just get me to do the bloody job properly. And then I wasn't sure about alley welding a fuel tank when it's got fuel in it as well. I wasn't sure about that, and I actually did a little bit of research last night because I was just curious. And yeah, it says the tank has to be purged. I mean, I know that diesel's not super flammable. I know you could hold a naked flame to diesel and it's not going to go up in flames. But you've got to think it's in a container which is getting hot from the welding. It might have sparks. I don't know, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not a fuel engineer or whatever. I mean, this guy, he just said on the phone that he's been doing this years, so he knows what he's doing, so I'll take his word for it. But he can't know what he's doing that much if he's turned up to a job not prepared. And you know what? If I'm going there this morning to do a couple of different jobs. I've got an inspection to do, and I've got a Markalite, I think, to do, 2 trailers. Once I'm done them, I'm going. I'm not staying about, I'm not hanging about. I was fully prepared to work all day today for them, and then they've turned around and said that they don't need me. They're going to get somebody to weld it instead, which is fine. They just want to do it as cheap as possible. So obviously if they can save a fuel tank, 'cause I'm not sure how much they are, but I bet they're thousands. So if they can save having to replace a fuel tank, they're going to do that. But I'm just going to focus. I'm not sucking any fuel out for him, that's for sure. I'll give him a pipe, but not my job, mate. I ain't sucking no fuel out, that's for sure. I'll give him the pipe I used yesterday. If he wants to suck it out, he can suck it out. If it were me doing the job, I'd be all over it. Let's go see what we can do for him. Hey up. Yeah, you. So this is all I used yesterday, mate.
Go on then, I'll let you.
Fuck off, it's your job now, not me. Yeah, I'm not sucking, I'm telling you now, I'm putting my foot down, I'm not sucking that fuel out. He told me I'm not doing this job. They told me I'm not doing it. Because they said you were doing it. They said you could do it all.
I'm a fucking welder, I'm not...
I told them yesterday to make sure that you were aware that that is full of fuel and the tank will have to come off. Not my problem, unfortunately.
What's happening with tank?
Well, so he wasn't aware. He wasn't aware that it was full of fuel. He wasn't aware that it was having to come off. This is what he's saying. So obviously, I understand he can't get the fuel out. So he's like, "Oh, can I use your pipe?" And I've turned up, and he's like, "Oh, go on, crack on then." And I went, "No, that's not happening. Actually, I'm not here to do the job."
Here to do 58
Yeah.
away.
But then, yeah, for me to turn up and for him to just go crack on then, get sucking the fuel out. And do you know what? I didn't like how he was talking on the phone either. He just seemed rude. He seemed really rude on the phone. He seems like a bit of an arsehole, I'm not gonna lie. And I don't stand for any shit, me. I mean, this is my business. I can turn down any job I want. If I don't want to do something, I'm not gonna do something. Do you know what I mean? So, fair enough. He needs something to get the fuel out with. I'm more than happy to let you use my pipe that I used to suck the fuel out yesterday. There's no fucking way in hell I am sucking that fuel out. Not a chance in hell. I made sure that they had all the information that they needed for the job. I doubly, triply made sure that they had everything that they needed. So, and I was offering my services, and they didn't want it. It's not my problemo anymore, unfortunately. Seems about right. One person working, 4 people all stood around watching. Yeah, I'm just glad it's not me. See, do you know what's funny about that fuel tank? If they'd have actually asked me to give him a hand, or if they'd have actually said that they needed me, or whatever, you know, I'd be more than happy to help. I really would be. But don't just like think, oh, he's turning up, he'll just do it. Because I mean, I run a business, I can't just do shit willy-nilly. No, he's on with welding. He was just welding and had a look inside the tank then, that can't be good. See, look at the sparks coming off. Look at the sparks coming off of that. I don't know if you can even see it from here, because it's a bit far away, but some right sparks coming off of that, and that's full of fuel. That is full of fuel. What a cowboy, eh? It doesn't seem right to me anyway, that. I mean, it might be right, I don't know, I'm not a welder. Could well be right. Right, I'm just gonna have to repair that, I think. See, whenever I've done welding here as well, I've always put a barrier around me. But that's just me. Do you need these rubbers? You don't need 2, no? You're gonna use the old one? Right, fine, take one back. Looks to me like he's reusing the old strap as well. Reusing the old strap with the old rubber. I mean, obviously the strap, one of the straps has snapped. It's been bouncing down the road on just one strap, which to me is going to weaken the strap. If I was doing it, it'd be a new tank, new straps, new rubbers. That's just me, because I like doing it properly. Yeah, what if like some of the swarf and some of the filings all went into the tank? You're not going to know. because he didn't drain it. He hasn't washed it out. No, well, not my problem. Probably will be my problem when it breaks down, but that's fine. So I've had a phone call this morning, about 6 o'clock this morning. The fuel tank that was fit last week by that welder, who said he could do it, has shifted. It looks like it might be falling off again. Looks like it might be ready to pierce another hole in it. So